Why? It's the 315. Here's Brian Higgins.
All right, rolling along here on this Tuesday, kicking off the new year. We'll talk some men's hoops. We just told you what's going to happen in the game tonight. Again, 9 o'clock tip, Cuse and Duke down in Durham. Our pregame coverage begins here at 8 o'clock. Our next guest will be next in action. Same state as the men are in right now. She'll be headed down to North Carolina tomorrow. Game on Thursday, Cuse and UNC. The 6 o'clock tip, you can hear our pregame coverage and full coverage of that game starting here with Orange pregame and our guy Tim Leonard at 5:45 on Thursday. But we bring in now Dyaisha Fair, who is the leading scorer for the now 25th ranked women's basketball team in the country. How's that sound, Dyaisha, to finally see that number pop up next to your team today?
It was an unbelievable feeling that, I've never experienced.
Yeah, it was one where we've been waiting and waiting, right? You guys were building up win after win. Like it felt maybe a few weeks overdue, but that must have been cool with you and your team when that number came up. Were you guys texting back and forth? Were you at practice? How'd you all find out yesterday that you popped into the top 25?
So yesterday was our day off. So when we realized that we were in our group chat, just talking about how we have to, remain focused and do what is necessary to remain there, and if not, get higher.
Yeah, and obviously, a big win, and we'll get into the win on Sunday against Notre Dame is what, pushes you over the top from getting a few votes to actually getting ranked. But I do want to ask you about this, Dyaisha. We know we watch you guys on the court. We watch you personally score a ton of points. But, you guys are out there doing a bunch of stuff kind of behind the scenes in the community that doesn't get seen. You were just at the rescue mission helping out. How important is stuff like that to you?
Yeah, it's very important. I've grown up, giving back to the community all my life, especially with the ministry work that my grandmother does back home. So it's not anything new. And for us, we predicate ourselves on, being giving of ourselves as a team. And it's just something that we instill in each other, and we try to hold each other accountable when it comes to things that we're passionate or what we believe in. So, there's something that me personally, I've been doing for a while. Yeah,
obviously yourself, you grew up in Rochester, then spent a lot of time in the Buffalo area. What was it like for you, trying to get involved in that stuff here in Syracuse as well the last year plus?
It's been pretty cool. They've been all welcoming me with open arms, and it's just been a great experience since I've been here.
Dyaisha Fair is our guest, the star of the Syracuse women's basketball team. And take us back to Sunday, Dyaisha. That was a wild game. Back and forth. There were steals and fast breaks, and a lot of stuff was going on in that game on Sunday.
Yeah.
What kind of game was that like to take part in?
It was interesting. Of course, we knew that, playing Notre Dame, it was going to be a battle, and we had to battle for 40 minutes or 40-plus minutes if need be, but we knew what we were facing, and we just understood the assignment and came out with the energy, and we stuck together no matter how hard it got or no matter how many mistakes we made as a unit. We stayed together, so it was fun, and it was a battle, and it was a good one.
Yeah, it was one where I think you'd say this, right? You didn't have your best shooting day in the first 3 quarters of the game, but you kept it going. What led you to find that form in the fourth quarter when your team needed you?
They look up to me as a leader, and, I lean on them as leaders as well. But for the most part, they expect what they expect out of me, not only my teammates but my staff. And, of course, what I expect of myself. So with me not being able to, make shots early or make shots that we all expected for me to make early on, that doesn't mean stop shooting the ball. So that was the mindset, and that's what got me to continue and, be able to pull it out and help my team succeed.
Yeah, you hit the 3 straight threes at one point in the fourth quarter, which kind of built the lead that you were able to hang to the finish line. And then, man, you and Hannah Hidalgo, this freshman, had an unbelievable back-and-forth battle all day long. What was it like for you to find? You paid her back with a pickpocket there late in the game for the fast break to kind of put things away. What was that like to rip one back from her there at the end?
It was, like I said, it was fun, and it was a battle. We were going back and forth, some things went our way, some things didn't, and that was a moment where I felt like I needed to go and get it back because she just got it from me. So why not go get it back?
Yeah, and you did, and basically put the game away with that play. Dyaisha Fair is with us. She'll be back in action this coming Thursday down at Chapel Hill against North Carolina. And Dyaisha, last year was such an interesting year for a lot of reasons. All new team, basically, new coaching staff, not new to you in many ways, but new to us around here, and trying to get used to everyone coming in and Coach Jack. Well, what has been the difference, in the locker room this year one here to year two, that has put you guys in the position you're in right now?
Year two is just, the biggest difference is we don't care who gets the credit. Like, we don't care who scores the most points or the least points. We don't care who gets the assist or the rebound. We just want to win as a unit, and I think that's the biggest difference from year one and year two with Coach Jack here at Syracuse. So with that's just the biggest thing for us, I think.
Obviously the ball's going to end up in your hands a lot late in the game, but what does it do for you knowing that you got some people with you when you look at a Georgia Woolley who's not afraid to get a shot up late, when you look at a freshman at Alyssa Latham, when you look at Elena Rice, that you got some running mates you can trust down the stretch of these games?
It means the world, having to, conduct everything all on your own is somewhat stressful, but when you have teammates that are willing to, play their part and do what is expected of them, it gives you, a little sense of calmness in a way when you know that you can trust your teammates to do what they have come to do. So I think with that and all of what we will, do in the future, I'm going to continue to trust them.
I'm looking at the play of Alyssa Latham here, and she's obviously very talented and was a top 100 player coming out of high school. But to have a freshman be able to impact the game in the way she has done basically from day one, what does that tell you about what kind of player she is?
I didn't hear the question.
And say, Dyaisha, I'm talking about Alyssa Latham. Like, she's coming in, as a freshman right out the chute, almost putting up double-doubles every night out there. When you look at a player like her as a freshman, what does that tell you about Alyssa, that she's walked into the role she has from day one here?
You don't get freshmen with confidence like that too often, but with the ability that she has and the way she's able to score the ball and be a presence down there on the glass as well, it's nothing like no other. You don't see it often. So for us to, have the opportunity to have her on our squad and for me to have a big like that down there that is going to have my back, it's just something you want to see.
Yeah, and she's been, game in and game out, she's been there putting it up pretty much every game for you all year, averaging nearly 12 and 9 boards a game. And here you are, Dyaisha, on the road again tomorrow, ACC road game, first time this year, coming up on Thursday. I know you got these guys last year. It should be a tough game. What are you expecting of this game at Carolina coming up on Thursday?
I'm expecting to go there and, do what we do best and hopefully come out with a W and just work together as a team for 40 minutes. Yeah,
and that'll be coming up 6 on Thursday. I want to ask you this one more thing before we go, Dyaisha, because it's wild fun to watch you just go up the all-time NCAA scoring list at this time this year, and there's some Hall of Fame names you're getting pretty close to, and Cheryl Miller and Shamiqua Holtzclaw and Maya Moore and Elena Deladun that are you're less than 100 points behind some of these all-time great players. Do you take a moment to see these names? Do you pay attention to this all during the season? How do you handle stuff like this right now?
For me, I've always been the type of player to not let things get to me, or as coach would say, not too high or not too low. But I do celebrate myself when the time comes, and I do it in the way that is best for me. So, it's great, but there's still more work to do. All the individual things are cool and they're great, but we have work to do, and we're trying to get to something bigger. Yeah,
well, you got 3 more months of work to do this season. It's been fun watching you here the last year plus, Dyaisha. Keep it going, and thanks so much for hopping on today.
Thank you.
There is Dyaisha Fair. She is fast closing on 3,000 career points, currently sitting on 29 27 all-time for her career between Buffalo and Syracuse. Again, Dyaisha and the women's basketball team will be next on the court and on these airwaves. 6 o'clock tip on Thursday. 5:45 Orange pregame with the guy that'll be just so coincidentally in here next. Tim Leonard will join us, a little 411 in the 315. That comes up right after this here on QSportsTalk.com and ESPN Radio.
Home